What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's widow, is going at and calling out Nike over the approval of some shoes that she designed in honor of her daughter, and we'll get to it right after the bumper. What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Now, Vanessa Bryant has called out Nike and their design and their release or pre-released or fans getting their hands on some shoes that she designed in honor of her daughter. And she's not feeling it, man. She's calling them out. And we're going to read her Instagram post over the shoes that she says are not approved for sale. Let me share my screen so that way we can take a look at it. This is via Instagram, and this is Vanessa Bryant's post on IG. Let me make it big so we can dive into it. And so that's the shoe. So this is the shoe right here. It is a black and white design with the number 2 in honor of Gigi, and the black and white colorway was the color of her jersey. And we see there, I mean, it might be a couple of pairs of those. That looks like another Kobe Grinch. But anyway, let's read Vanessa's post. It says, "This is a shoe I worked on in honor of my daughter, Gianna. It was going to be called the Mambacita shoe, an exclusive black and white colorway on her daddy's shoes. I picked the colors in honor of her uniform. The number 2 she wore just like her uniform. The inside pattern, Kobe and Gigi on the back, in a gold in gold instead of Kobe's signature. The inside of the shoe details butterfly wings, halos, etc. The Mambacita shoe are not approved for sale. I wanted it to be sold in honor of my daughter, and all the proceeds going to the Mambacita Foundation, a sports foundation. But I did not re-sign with the Nike contract, and so I decided not to sell these shoes. The Mambacita shoes were not approved to even be made in the first place. Nike has not sent any of these pairs to me or my girls. I do not know how someone has their hands on a design that I made for my daughter Gigi, and we don't. I hope these shoes do not get sold." End quote. So this is a problem. It's a major problem by Gianna Bryant. I mean, not Gianna Bryant. Sorry, Vanessa Bryant and Nike. And this is a problem I think Vanessa Bryant is going to have until her dying days, because Nike is not going to let go, or not going to try to let go of a cash cow. They are going to try to milk everything out of the legacy of Kobe Bryant. They're going to try to wash away the fact that Kobe was leaving Nike. They're going to try to wash away the fact that Kobe was upset with Nike and upset with the way they were doing things. They're going to try to wash all of those away and continue to profit off the name of Kobe Bryant, even if it involves him and his deceased daughter. That is how corporations work. That is how big time corporations, and the only way Vanessa Bryant can even have a chance of stopping this is if she, commits to a lawsuit, if she sues Nike. Because I can tell you this, there's a really, really good chance that these shoes are getting sold. It might not be right now. Maybe the heat from like videos like this and responses from Gianna and her camp and her family, maybe that prevents them from releasing it, because I think these shoes had a release date in like either this month or next month. It was a release date as pretty soon. That's why somebody's got their hands on them. But they are going to release Kobe Bryant merchandise. They are going to capitalize off the name, image, and likeness, and even death of Kobe Bryant and now Gianna Bryant. They're going to do that. Kobe spent a good chunk of his career under the label of Nike. And towards the back end of his career, towards the back end of his life, honestly, he didn't like the way the things were going. And so he was setting up to leave. But unfortunately, he had an untimely passing. But Nike is a corporation, is $1 billion corporation that makes all of their money, not just a small chunk, damn near all of their money off of black men, off of black people. And so they are going to capitalize on Kobe Bryant. He was under contract while he was alive. So when a lot of their minds over in their building, whether Vanessa resigned or not, they're going to release Kobe Bryant merchandise. It's not going to stop, unfortunately. They're going to do a way to remix it, finesse, do whatever they can, because there's a lot of money in Kobe Bryant merchandise, a ton of money in Kobe Bryant merchandise, especially if it's limited edition and it has Gianna on there. Anything that represents Kobe and Gianna is going to sell like crazy. I hope this shoe doesn't release. I'm not a fan. If Vanessa's not a fan, I'm not a fan. I mean, this is Kobe's wife we're talking about, and so if she made this specifically, to support a foundation, and she's no longer with Nike, that means that money doesn't go to support said foundation. Then that means the only people that benefit from this is Nike. And to hell with Nike. I don't care about Nike enough to give them money. You're not buying the product because it's Nike. Most people are buying the product because it's Kobe. Just like Jordans. People didn't buy the product because it was a shoe made by Nike. They bought the product or still buy the product because it represented Michael Jordan. So to hell with Nike and Phil Knight and all of this, but Nike has mastered this formula. People don't buy shoes because of us and us only. They buy it because it's LeBron or Kyrie or Kevin Durant or Kobe or Jordan. Because if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't make signature shoes. And that's exactly the case in this situation. So I hope Vanessa is able to figure this out and get this, taken off the shelves. I'm sure there's a bunch of pairs already out, but I hope she's able to clear all this up, because I know this won't be the last time that Nike attempts to capitalize on Kobe Bryant and on his daughter as well, Gianna. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr., the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. And follow us on Instagram at VF Sports Show. We post content on there all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time.